guys, how's it going? And welcome to a new video. I'm currently stood outside of Wembley Stadium, the home of England football and, at the moment, Tottenham Hotspur. So Newcastle were meant to be playing Spurs this weekend, but because of the FA Cup, the game's been moved. I don't think I'm going to make it to the new fixture, so I thought while I'm here in London, we'd go on a stadium tour. So yeah, I've done loads of stadium tours now. Make sure you go and check out the rest on my channel. And let's get in there. What's going on, guys? Now, I'm sorry it's taken me a little while to get this video edited, as it was a little while ago since I visited Wembley. It was a shame the Newcastle match got postponed, but I was in London anyway for a friend's birthday and thought I would go on the tour. Pretty much the first thing you see when visiting Wembley is the Bobby Moore statue, the only England captain to ever win the World Cup. I could have literally done a tour just on the outside of Wembley because there is so much going on, including this Rugby League Legends statue which was put up to celebrate 120 years of Rugby League. Another great thing they have is plaques around the outside of the stadium showing every England player's debut, including Alan Shearer, Newcastle legend, and of course, Bobby Moore. I then made my way inside the stadium to start the tour. This was a guided tour from the man you can see in front of me, although they did pass out mini iPads to show goals and highlights from over the years, including this one from the 1966 World Cup. You may have already spotted the crossbar, which is actually the crossbar from the England World Cup winning game. We then made our way out into the stadium, and as you can see, it is absolutely massive with 90,000 capacity. Spurs actually set a new Premier League attendance record this year when they played Arsenal and had just over 83,000 visitors. I took a seat and the mini iPad let me see what it would be like to sit there in a crowd on a match day. As you can see, the windows behind me are slightly diagonal rather than straight, and this is to help with the noise in the stadium, which we tried out. Hello, Wembley! Whoa. Hello, Wembley! We then made our way back inside the stadium, and as you would expect at Wembley, all of the walls were covered in memorabilia from past England players, current England players, and generally just legends of the game. Photos, signatures surrounded the rooms. You can see Pele there, Cantona, and of course the legend Jordi Gaza. Next up was the players' entrance, and as you can see here through the iPad, this is where the players would arrive on a match day at Wembley. Next up was the press room, and something you may notice throughout this tour is there was no branding. Whether it's Spurs, England, or two other teams in an FA Cup final, they don't put it up until it's needed. And then I got myself a photo with a fellow Newcastle fan. Next up was the changing rooms. Now this was really weird for me because there was no home changing room, there was no away changing room. They just had 4 neutral dressing rooms. This meant no specific colour scheme. There are tops hanging around the walls with iconic moments at Wembley in photographs, but there was no defined home or away dressing room. We moved into this little space which was a warm-up area between 2 dressing rooms. You can see there's a net over the top there to stop any footballs hitting the roof. Now this was the second of the 2 changing rooms right next to each other, and these are the 2 that England use. They have one main one and one overflow. Spurs actually use the changing rooms on the other side of the stadium in their home games. And then I decided to get myself a photo with the Harry Kane shirt. The facilities in the changing room made it feel more like a spa than a changing room. The number of showers, baths, plunge pools, and hair dryers. Next up was the tunnel, and again, you wouldn't think this is the tunnel, and that is because there is no branding up at the minute until it needs to be. We got set into 2 teams, Spurs fans on the right, rest of the world on the left, and then we got shown a quick motivational video to get us pumped before our walk out into the stadium. As you can imagine, and I say this on every tour I do, you always get a buzz walking out into a stadium like this. Obviously there was a lot of people there, so it didn't really feel like I was part of a team walking out into a stadium, but look at the size of it. Being pitch side at Wembley was a great feeling. A quick shot there of the roof. Now, the roof doesn't close fully to allow for sunlight to see the pitch at all times, but the huge arch over Wembley is actually the counterbalance for the roof and is the longest single span roof structure in the world. I took a sit down in the dugout just to rest my legs and take in the final few moments of the tour. Next, we made our way up the Wembley Steps. Now, this is where the players will go all the way up to the Royal Box to be presented with medals and then obviously presented with the trophy. There is 107 steps to get up, so as you can imagine, I was slightly out of breath at this point. After reaching the top, I took my place in the queue just like the players would before they walked along, received their medal, and had a chance to lift the trophy. I took a sit down in the Royal Box to take in the final few scenes of Wembley before I made my way out, and of course, before we left, we did a Mexican wave. And then I made my way outside, so I hope you guys have enjoyed it. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you later. And that's it, guys, so I hope you have enjoyed the video. Great stadium as always. If you've never been or want to try the tour, I definitely recommend it to anyone. Met a couple of other Newcastle supporters on the tour as well, which was great. And yeah, hope you guys have enjoyed the video. Make sure to check out my other stadium tours if you haven't already. And yeah, thanks for watching. Catch you later.